because some of it I'm going to do my little trick so I don't have to iron it. I never like doing these organisation jobs. I always think, ugh, and I procrastinate starting them. And then halfway through, I'm like, oh, why did I start this? And then I'm always just really, really glad when I've done it. That is not my favourite job, but I will certainly enjoy choosing something to wear tomorrow. Hi guys, Rhi here from mummyof4.com. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. I feel like I haven't done one of these in ages. Just a chatty, getting stuff done, just bring you along with me for what I'm up to kind of vlog. So my first job for today is to get out the winter clothes and put away some summer ones. Now, I've not done what I normally do. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you will have seen me do seasonal wardrobe switchovers frequently, where I get out all of the new season stuff, I pack away all of the previous season stuff, so I'm not like confronted with loads of summer stuff in the winter or vice versa. I've not been so good recently. I've been kind of busy. We recently got back from a trip and I've just been madly trying to catch up with work and things around the house and stuff. The weather has suddenly turned and I've just been like pulling out a few bits of winter things as I go, nipping under my bed and getting things. The result is my wardrobe's just totally overstuffed. So I need to pull out everything from under the bed that may be suitable for the winter. I need to pull out all of the clothes in my wardrobe. Oh, big job. Don't want to do it, but I need to do it. It's got to be done. I've been procrastinating this for a bit because it's really lovely to get out new clothes and feel like you've got a new wardrobe all of a sudden. It's like a real treat. It's like shop my wardrobe, my existing wardrobe, stuff I'd forgotten about. So enough chit-chatting. Let's get on with it. So I've now got a big pile of stuff on the floor that Zara's very kindly going through for me. So I think I'm going to empty out this winter stuff and sort this first, because some of it I'm going to do my little trick so I don't have to iron it. And then once that is dealt with, we can pull the stuff out of the wardrobe.
Wish I could make you stay, cause baby I love you. Why you tryna break us up when I'm tryna build it up? I wish I could make you stop, cause baby I love you.
So I kind of made a bit of a massive mess now. I sorted things sort of into baskets of stuff that's mine and stuff for the girls. So I'm going to do my little trick, which is using a little bit of crease releaser and literally putting the clothes in the dryer for a couple of minutes just to kind of warm them, and then give them a good old shake and hang them up. And then most of them won't need any ironing, because let's face it, this is too much stuff for me to sift through ironing. I do not have time to do that today. So whilst that stuff is in the dryer, then I can empty my wardrobe.
You know I can never get it right without you. No, I don't wanna step into the light if I don't get you, shawty. You bring out the sweetness of my life. Oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right.
So here we are, a big load of mess that I need to deal with. So summer skirts, no brainer, not going to need those. This is a dress I pretty much only wear in Disney, so it needs to go away with kind of holiday clothes. The only things that are a bit maybe in between, something like that, like a plain t-shirt I might wear under other things, kind of go multi-season. So those are like a maybe, keep them out. And then obviously there are things that are just way too summery, like all these like summery sleeveless dresses. I'm seriously not going to need that till way into next year. So let's plod through. And this is also the opportunity, if there's anything that needs to be donated, recycled, whatever, now is the time to have a good old clear out.
Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. First you wanna come around, then you say you're leaving town. Everything is upside down. Oh baby, I love you, yeah. Why you gonna leave when I need you the most? Wherever you go, I'll be there, you know. Don't be a stranger, don't be a ghost.
now to go through all of this stuff. This does look like a massive pile, but that's because I store everything for the girls 2x2. While I can get away with dressing in matching dresses, and I know they'll be at a stage where they're like, Mum, no. But until then, while they still enjoy it, I just put everything away in twos. I used to store everything in the old house. Bella's stuff in Bella's room, Zara's stuff in Zara's room, and I just ended up doing more legwork. So now I just buy everything in twos, I store everything in twos, and then it's just easier to grab things when I'm getting them dressed in the mornings. To sort through this lot, anything that is too small can go to be donated, and anything that may be good for next summer, and if it's on borderline, I'll tend to keep it to next summer and then donate it next summer, because obviously you don't know how much they'll grow. It might be loads, it might not be at all. I'm going to sort this out and get these in packing cubes to store under the bed while this stuff is having a little freshen up in the dryer, and then all that stuff can be hung up, because right now this whole room's a mess and it's just feeling a bit overwhelming, and like I don't want to do it and I want to hide, but I know I'll feel better when it's done.
Don't be a stranger, don't be a ghost. Oh, I don't feel right when I dance alone. I don't feel right when you don't come home. I miss your body and I love you so. Baby, I do, oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right. While you tryna fight, just come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving.
So I've now got the girls' clothes hung up, the packing cubes put away under the bed, and in here we have my clothes. So, my system. These are dresses. I mean, technically lots of them are jumper dresses, but they are things that I would wear without trousers, but with leggings. These are jumpers that go over things. I would not wear those on their own as a dress. They're more like an over-the-top jumper. These are jumpers or sweaters that I would wear with trousers as opposed to leggings. And then these are tops, predominantly long sleeve now, but one or two short sleeve just in case I'm wearing them under said jumpers. And then I keep out my vest tops all year long, and I hang them on these hangers. Like normally, actually, all those could go on one hanger. So if they're the same colour, they tend to go on one hanger. And I keep those out all year long because in the summer I wear them as vest tops, and in the winter I wear them under said jumpers. And then up the top I have far too many sweatshirts and spirit jerseys and things because I love them in this lobby. And do I need this many? Probably not. Do they make me happy? Yes. So that's why I have them. I like them when I'm working from home, when I'm snuggling in the evening. Generally, gotta love a big, oversized, comfy sweatshirt. That is not my favourite job, but I will certainly enjoy choosing something to wear tomorrow that feels like it's new clothes, because I haven't seen it since the very beginning of this year. Good morning, or I don't know what time of day it is when you're watching this, but it's morning here. Every time I sit on this seat, it makes the weirdest noise. Listen. It's not good, is it? Not good, not good. But just to clarify, that was the seat, not me. Anyway, choosing clothes today was joyous because all that work I did yesterday to swap over all of my clothes has totally paid off, because I feel like I've got things, A, that are appropriate for the weather, B, my wardrobe is no longer overstuffed, and C, I feel like I've got new clothes, which is just lovely. So I have got this jumper on today, which I've had for about 1 billion years, but it feels new. So that's really, really nice. I never like doing these organisation jobs. I always think, ugh, and I procrastinate starting them. And then halfway through, I'm like, oh, why did I start this? And then I'm always just really, really glad when I've done it. So that's what I try and focus on when I'm trying to find the motivation to do things, is that feeling when it's done, how helpful it's going to be and how nice it's going to feel. So if you have got a job that you are procrastinating, you know you should do. In fact, let me know what that job is in the comments. There will be something in your life. It might be an admin task, an organisation, something, a room you need to tackle, whatever. Let me know what it is in the comment. And what you need to think about is how good it's going to feel when that thing is done. So let me know what it is. Let me know what that feeling is that you want when it's finished. And let me know if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it. So today is Friday. I need to sort this big pile of washing because I'm regretting my life choices to just empty the dryer and dump things. If you've seen my laundry routine video, you'll know that in theory, I take things out of my dryer that go in the dryer. So not everything goes in the dryer, let me explain. So I've got the washing machine down here, And I split things into tumble dryable and non-tumble dryable. So things that are not tumble dryable get hung up. Sorry if this was repeating for those of you that have been here before, but I thought I'd show the newbies. This is where I hang up the stuff. So there's a radiator in here, and as long as I keep things reasonably spread out, so this is as stuffed as it can ever be. I need to empty this out a bit actually, so that's another job I've got to do. So as long as I keep things reasonably spaced out, they dry kind of in shape, need minimal ironing, and I put the wetter stuff this side, and then I know that this lot is like drier and can go upstairs. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, the tumble dryable stuff comes out of the tumble dryer and in theory gets sorted directly into this one box per person system. But in practice, when I'm in a rush, I empty the dryer and I dump it here in this big pile of stuff to be sorted. So I did pull out all the towels this morning and sort that stuff, but now before I get started with work, because I've got a whole lot of editing to do, I do need to sort through this stuff just into the relevant child's boxes. I have got a load of washing ready to go on. So because my desk is just the other side of this partition and I work over here, I don't actually like working with the washing machine on because it is noisy. So I load it up and I will put that on as soon as I go and get the children from school. Loads and loads of editing to do, but first I am going to sort this pile of washing because future me will thank me for that. Now time to get some editing done. Today I am working on the vlogs for my Mummy 4 Does Disney channel. So at the point of filming, I've already finished the travel day, the 2 vlogs where we do the first day in Disneyland Park and we explore Halloween, and the first half of the day we spend in Avengers Campus. I do split my Disney vlogs into 2 parts for one day generally if I filmed enough, mainly because even as half a day, they're like an hour-long vlog, which is a really long vlog. But I feel like if someone's going on a Disney trip, then they want all the information, and you can always skip over the bits you don't want to see. So I'd rather include too much and really go into detail than not enough. So if you've seen those vlogs, I kind of try and share all the magic, but also all the like really important tips and information for people who are actually planning trips. So whether you're going or not and you're into Disney, then make sure you check out that series. I will link that below. But I have got that to do. I've got a load of brand work, like pending deals and contracts and things I've got to go over, and then I have to plan for next week. So what I do, so how I plan, I use the digital version of my planner, which is ready other than some formatting. So I'm really hoping by the time you see this, because my plan for next week on the planning, so I got a plan for planning, my plan for next week is to really get ahead of the editing so that I can work back on the planner, because the planner is basically ready to go. There's some formatting issues on the printed one, so I've just got to fix the formatting issues on that, and then I've just got to upload it all, and the digital one as well, to like an online shop. It's the mechanics of making it deliverable and the mechanics of making people able to purchase it that I'm kind of stuck with. It's just because I don't do that kind of stuff that much, so I'm a bit like, it just takes a lot longer and I just find it a bit more overwhelming than I should, because it's not the kind of stuff I do day to day. But I know once that's done and set up, I'll be able to add new versions of the planner or whatever. So like when I come out with my Disney holiday planner, which is kind of the next project on the horizon, then it should be easy to do because all the mechanics of how to upload and sell the planner will all be done. I hope. So I think the difficulty I find is I want things to be perfect, but then perfectionism can stop you actually getting anything finished. So I just know I need to get it done, and then just know in my head that if there's anything I want to tweak and change in the future, then that's for another day. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I use this planner on my iPad every day. I'm definitely one for overthinking it. But I open my planner in GoodNotes. I use a different, so this one's yesterday's, like to-do list, and then all I need to do is add a new one for today, and then I can either write in it. So I either like write in my planner, so like filming. But then, to be honest, what I do more than anything is I still use my Apple Pencil. I use this text feature, and then what I do is I can still write, and you can write anywhere, but then it like puts neat text in the box. Can you see that? So that makes it much, much neater. So I quite like I like writing with my Apple Pencil, because when I'm writing notes, something about writing rather than typing sort of helps you get things out of your brain a little bit better. I find anyway, personally, if you're kind of journaling or like getting down, planning, notes, that kind of thing, anything sort of creative or trying to get things off your mind. But I like the fact that it turns my slightly scruffy handwriting into text, so that's kind of cool. So like I said, it's ready because I am using it. And then I've got the printed version. Hang on, let me get the printed version. So this is the A4 printed version. I wasn't going to do an A4. I accidentally ended up ordering an A4, and then so many people were like, wow, A4, I'd love that. So I think there's going to be an A4 or an A5 version, A5 being half of that. So I'm happy with the cover. Cover's fine. Most of the pages are absolutely fine. There's just some formatting on some of these, if you can see on here. So I need to reformat these pages that have got like today's schedule and stuff on them, because they need to be budged over so that the printing isn't encroaching into the binding. It is quite a big job to go through all that and do it though, and the problem is because I've got like deadlines for brand work and deadlines for videos that have got to go out to sort of keep up with my schedule, the planner had been pushed to the back burner, unfortunately. So I'm so sorry, because I've had so many lovely messages and really supportive people wanting to purchase it and wanting to know when it's going to be available. So my hope was I was hoping to get it done in September. That didn't happen, obviously, because I was trying to get everything ready for us to go away for that trip, and now since I've been back, I've been trying to play catch up. The children are going to be off school for a week in October half term, so if I haven't got it done by then, like editing and things is almost impossible with the children home. But this formatting kind of stuff is a pain and it takes ages, but it's kind of mindless, so it's probably the kind of thing I can do on my laptop with the children running around. So worst case scenario, I will get that done during October half term, but I'm hoping to get it done next week. So that is my thing to do today. Fridays are about planning for next week, finishing up loose ends from this week. I need to make sure that Sunday's video is ready to go out. I need to finish editing Tuesday's video. So there's a pack with me that will be live by the time you see this. I've done like a cook with me. That should be live by the time that you see this as well. So I just need to kind of, it's not just doing the videos and editing the videos. There's like the blog post to go with videos and all the post-upload stuff, like behind the scenes on like the YouTube studio, which is the bit you don't see. That's like the back end of YouTube that you've got to kind of do before videos can go live. So I'm going to do a little bit of that now and hopefully have a bit of time off this weekend, because I worked most of last weekend. So fingers crossed, I'm still working towards it where I can have a bit more balance, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because you get ahead so I can have some time off, but then things like one of the children would be ill, or we have a trip, or it's half term, and you know what it's like. So I have done a fair bit of editing. It is now time to record voiceover, for which I need headphones so I can hear how it sounds for what I'm saying and everything. And I need this microphone, which my dear husband attached to the wall for me on this like boom thingy, so that it doesn't pick up, because initially I had this like on a stand on my desk and it was picking up all the vibrations from my computer and stuff. So this arm thingy helps me just like push it away, so when I don't use it, then it's out of the way. And then I've got this pop filter, so you don't get the heavy like put sound when you're recording things. So the voiceover things I've got to do now will be for the Unpack With Me video, which should be live by the time you see this. So all my speed cleans and things, this is what I do. I just film what I'm doing and then I have a good old chit chat with the voiceover. I just kind of watch it back, comment on what I'm doing in the video, whatever. Bit of a confession for you. I very rarely listen to these voiceovers back. They are sort of very chit-chatty, they're not scripted. I maybe, if I say something really stupid or take lots of pauses, will like go back and redo a tiny bits of it, but most of it is just me babbling at you. And the feedback has been that you guys like that. It's all, I guess it's very raw and chatty, and it's just, I guess it's supposed to be the kind of thing that you put on while you're cleaning or tidying or whatever. So this Unpack With Me is very much like a clean with me, get organised. Then the other thing I've got to do a voiceover for is the second half of the day for my Avengers Campus. Now normally when I'm vlogging in Disney, as I said, I split the vlogs into two parts because they're really, really long. I want to include all that information. But what I used to do was at some point through the day think, oh, that's about halfway, and film there. And if you want to see the rest of it, then click on the next video kind of thing. And then I like press stop and then I press start again and I film, hey, welcome back to my channel. But the truth is it's really hard to gauge when halfway through the day is, because it's not halfway through the day, it's halfway through kind of the footage or halfway through the video, isn't it? So maybe halfway through the day would be footage wise like 5 o'clock, or maybe it would be before lunch. It depends how much I filmed and how much I'm going to film, which obviously I don't know until I get back and shove it in my computer. So this time I've tried a slightly different format where I just kind of go, I'll tell you what I've got to go. In the last episode, we were at Walt Disney Studios doing da 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 da, and then I say I'm Ree from Mummy of Four, and then I put B-roll. B-roll's just like clips of other things. I kind of do the hey, this is what you missed earlier in the day, and this is what we're going to do now, and I kind of put B-roll of who I am and my name on the screen and stuff. Ah! No! Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, so I'm going to show you a hack. That is literally the best ear holder you can get. Lots of screaming. Hello! Oh! We just got you back! Okay, so we've messed up a little bit. In the last episode of this Disneyland Paris vlog series, we arrived at Disneyland Park, soaked in all of the Halloween magic on Main Street, sampled Halloween snacks, rode Phantom Manor, met Jack Skellington, flew to Neverland with Peter, danced along with Mickey and the gang in the Halloween parade, reviewed quick service dining in Frontierland, and gave a fellow vlogger a fright. I am Ree from Mummy of Four Does Disney, and in this episode, join me and my family for the second half of our magical first day of the Halloween season in Disneyland Park. And then I just kind of go straight into the vlog. So I don't know if you have seen any of the vlogs where I've done that over on my Disney channel. And I'd love like feedback on how you feel that works, because obviously I'm sort of stuck with it for this vlog series. But if you feel that that format works quite nicely, then it works quite well for me to do it that way. It's more work in the edit, but it's less stress in like on the day. So I'd love it if any of you have already seen that, if you could let me know like feedback wise how you feel that works, and if you do like it, maybe I should do it more. I've had a couple of people say they really liked it, so maybe I should do that, hey, in the last one you missed, and in this we've got coming up, that kind of style intro with all the B-roll, like all the clips of what was and what is coming up. Maybe I should do that even in the videos that don't require it, that aren't halfway through the day. So I'm not sure if any of that made sense, but if it did make sense and you know what I'm on about, I'd be really grateful for your feedback, because let's face it, I want to make better videos that are more watchable for you guys, and the only way I can do that really is by trying things, trial and error, and then actually getting feedback as to what works well, what doesn't work well, and adjusting accordingly. So if you have got to the end of this section of a rant and you're still listening to me, thanks, and if you've managed to leave me a comment, really grateful for that. So it's Saturday, we've been doing some pottering around the house. My husband has just taken Bella to a swimming party, and then Zara has a swimming party at the same pool, but in a few hours' time. So we're literally going to just divide and conquer today. It's just one of those, I mean, if you've got multiple children and you know, then class parties kind of, they come like buses, don't they? You don't get any for a bit, and then there's just like loads in one weekend. So that's what we're up to today. Anyway, I just thought I would share a little product review that no one asked for. Well, actually, what you lot have asked for is to see a bit more behind the scenes of what I do. So I talked a little bit about this camera. I was using this big camera primarily for vlogging, including all around Florida. I lugged this big heavy camera around Florida, which, let's face it, that's pretty massive, isn't it? So on our last Disney trip, I vlogged almost exclusively, although I took the big camera, I didn't really use it much. I used my small, what I call my Wizzy camera, the like little gimbal camera, but I primarily, most of the A-roll, the talk to camera stuff that you saw, I was using with this little Sony camera, which obviously is much smaller. It's got the flip out screen. It's just much more compact. Microphone wise, I was using the big fluffy Rode Video Micro, which is on top of my big camera at the moment. I've since got this weird double-sided one, and I'm going to explain why. So the reason I've got this on this extendable thing is the field of view of this camera. If you hold it here, it's a little bit cropped in. So if you hold it on this like extendable thing, then that makes it much better to vlog with. You can kind of get more of me in the shot. It's less kind of like up in my face, you know, it's better. You can see more of like what's going on in the background and stuff, which is obviously better. So this, from that point of view, is a much better setup. The problem with this little thing is, like, can you see? It kind of wobbles where the stick meets. So I was getting this kind of like juddery kind of feel when I was filming, and it was driving me mad. So the good thing about this is it had this turny thing, so I could turn the microphone, so if I flip the camera around and I'm like, la 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 la, look at something in the shop, I could turn the camera around on this little twizzly thing, which is called a cold shoe. So that was great. Apart from this juddery thing, like that does not make for good footage, does it? So I've got something else. I'm going to send this one back and complain about it because I'm sure that's not right. And instead of this, I've got this replacement thing which has arrived today, which is called a Joby Grip Type Pro, I believe. I will link this in case anyone's actually interested down in the description below. There is a blog post that always goes with my videos. So anyway, we're going to bin off this. We're going to bin off this one because shaky footage is no good for anyone, is it? Let's face it, it's no good. We don't like shaky footage. So my options are I can use this handheld, and this takes me back to why I've got this microphone. So this microphone is actually two microphones. It's a microphone here and it's a microphone here. So the audio you're hearing at the moment is just coming from the front microphone, and if I flip the camera around, there we go, I'm flipping the camera around, you can hear that the audio is not going to be so good. So normally you just have a directional microphone. So normally, like if I was using this one, it would be just pointing one way. So that's why every time I flip the camera around, I'd have to turn the microphone around. So either take it off and turn it around or whatever. So when you're vlogging and you're kind of filming in shops and things, you want to be able to go, oh, and look at me, I'm talking about me, and then da 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 da. Anyway, so this, if you flip the switch to the back, you can then, so I'm behind the camera, the audio is now coming from the back of the camera, and then you can turn it around and the audio is coming from the front. So that's kind of cool. Which we now get on to the, William, do you want to come in? Come on, just go through to, you can't talk though because I'm, okay, it's fine. It's fine, you can come and be in it if you want, whatever. But no talking, yeah? Because Mummy's got to just film this, so it's only another few minutes. So this is where this Grip Type Pro thing comes in. I'm going to flip the audio just to the back to the front again. There we go. So now we've got the audio. So now the audio you're listening to is coming from the front microphone on here. This is the camera just handheld. As you can see, it's just a bit tight, isn't it? So with this, I can extend it. Look at that. And we're going to do a wiggle test. See, that's pretty good. That is miles away from me. Plenty of me in the frame. That's actually a bit long. It's going to make it a bit kind of, probably about there. That's probably right. Look how long that is. Isn't that cool? And I can flip it, I can make it down to being smaller. Ugh. Or I can like make it really tall and stand it up like a tripod, look. So, okay, so this isn't like perfect because I'm sitting on the floor, but I don't know, that's actually all right, isn't it? So I can actually talk to the camera. So this is a really good kind of mobile setup. It is a little bit more expensive than this one, but quite frankly, footage that's like, isn't any good, is it? So I think I'm quite pleased with that. Anyway, little product review that no one ever asked for. Whenever I asked, do you want to see a little bit more of what I do behind the scenes? Then these are the things that I think about for doing my job, just like which camera is going to be small enough and compact enough to actually be functional, because this camera is huge, does a great job, but is huge. This one I can actually fit in my pocket. So these are the kind of things I think about to try and make my job easier. What can I make it more sort of small and compact? Avoid things like shaky things, make it easier about turning microphones around, that kind of thing, all to try and capture good visuals, good audio, to make better videos. That's the name of the game anyway, isn't it? So thank you for listening to this rant in this little weekly vlog. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell and do all those kind of things. There is another weekly vlog up here and another video that YouTube thinks that you might enjoy just down here. So click on one of those and I shall see you over there.